It's Jay Cleveland. I'm here, and I used to call it the undisclosed bunker. It's my parents' house in Louisiana. It's out in the middle of no place, so there's not a lot of things I can do other than just sort of watch news and just kind of shake my fist at stuff to say. Don't have all the features of the studio to go around. I've brought a couple computers and cameras to test out, but they don't have all the same form and faction going on with them. So getting real news updates has been a bit of a challenge on the days I'm taking off, but I'm doing my best to enjoy that going forward. But one thing that did get my ire up this morning was a news hit, I guess on CNN this morning, where it was other discussions going back and forth, but it dropped that one little nugget that we have to remember. Today is the 27th of November. We had election on the 5th. That's 22 days by my math. And there's still places that are counting votes. Now, they're not counting votes so much for the presidential election. That was set out, but they, as they count more votes, they're finding out that that big win in the Electoral College is going to live, but the big win by the popular vote, not as strong as they thought it was because more votes come in, shrinking a bit. Still won, but not by as much. That's not what we're complaining about right now. People are using that to say, well, it's not a mandate for that one. The thing that's really kind of just sort of getting me just sort of here, if you will, the fact that all the talk said about California being bad at counting votes, they really are bad at counting votes, but it's not just them. The 13th District of California is trying to get GOP Representative John Duarte in this race to get this win over Democrat Adam Gray, the Duarte being the incumbent, Gray being coming in as a former state legislature. This is a Central Valley district that they're trying to figure out what's going on 22 days later. In the 45th District of California, it is GOP Representative Michelle Steele, who is in the spot. She right now is narrowly trailing by the Democratic Army veteran Derek Tran. It's one of the most expensive races in the country, and we're going to see what's happening as batches of ballots kind of keep showing up, even though it's 22 days after election. And like I said, there are other places still counting, but the one that's really, really, really meaningful for the House, because that's what we're talking about here, is Iowa's 1st District. About a few hundred votes separate Republican Representative Marinette Miller Meeks, who's leading the Democrat Christina Bohamian, who's trying to take over that spot right there. She's a former state representative. This is familiar territory for the two as they met each other in 2020 of before. So, and that one was a race won by 6 votes. So a few hundred votes means a lot here in Iowa for the same two people trying to figure out what's going on. Now, what this actually means is the hold that the House will have for Republicans. As it stands right now, Republicans will probably have a majority of the House, but in a few weeks, once you start confirming some of the people that Donald Trump has asked to be in the in his cabinet, they're going to lose 3 people in particular. One in particular will be Matt Gaetz, who's already left, who could get back, but they're probably not going back that way. Others are people who've been promised spots in the cabinet. We'll see if they get confirmed going forward, but that means they leave their House seats. And so right now, they're looking at what's not a big majority, but maybe a 2-3 seat majority in the House when it's all said and done. So these 3 seats in particular, and the few other ones that are out there in limbo, are important. The big thing is Donald Trump wanted to stop counting on election night because that's really silly. That's obviously not happening. There's so many people. It takes a couple days to get things done and get official counts for things. But we are 22 days past, and we're still trying to figure out what's going on when these 3 seats, which are really key and critical. Like I said, I'm doing what I can to get a little content out there so I stay relevant in the wake of being on vacation. So what do you think about this one? Why is California so bad at counting votes? This is not anything that is new. They're still actually counting votes in places where it's not so much contested. These happen to be 3 places, 2 in California, 1 in Iowa, that make a big difference, big deal. How is it so hard to just count votes? I don't know because I don't work for elections. You can tell me how, or you can complain just like I am on this state as here. Give it to me in the comments. Give it to me however you want to get to it. Let me know what you think about counting votes, why it takes so long to count votes, and what we'll do to future things. Maybe future governor of California, Kamala Harris, could fix the vote counting. Just projecting out there. You tell me what you think, and we'll have conversations about it.